From the top.
From
Make
the
it drop.
top. That's
a wild ass refrigerator.
That's a
nope.
That's it's WAP. So it's
it's a wide area.
Wonderful, amazing.
Pneumonia.
Pterodactyl. I'm trying to think of something cryptid.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl's not a cryptid.
Kind of.
It's a dinosaur. We know it exists.
A lot of cryptids are basically just dinosaurs.
Yeah, but they're dinosaurs that we think are alive. Hold on, I was going to cut this out and we were going to restart. What are you doing here?
Oh, right. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Will.
Hey, world.
That's my line.
Welcome to the Viewer Regression Advised podcast.
We're two idiots who know nothing and talk about everything.
That's us.
And today, we're going to be talking about cryptids.
The spookiest, scariest aminals.
As is our most requested topic, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we've gotten more than one request for this.
Bringing it up to 2 requests.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have more than one request email and Instagram DM. No Twitter DMs yet. So, hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you want.
Dude, what's so fascinating about cryptids? People like talking about them. People like hearing about them. I don't know. That's what I started thinking about when we said we were going to do this episode.
It's just why?
What's so...
why would we do that?
Right, because you can think of, ghost stories and, where they can come from. It's it could have, a spiritual connection, or it could be, a personal connection to the ghost, and they gain in popularity, and they're spooky. Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know, cryptids are just a little wee bit different.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the same thing, though, with, it's in the same vein as, conspiracy theories, as, we previously talked about those, but, it's the mystery of it. It's, what is this? What's this new thing? Does it exist? I don't know. But it's fun to talk about.
Do you think people try and get clout off of saying that they've seen a cryptid?
Absolutely. 100%. You've seen how many people have faked Bigfoot sightings?
You know what? You're absolutely right. I would venture to say all of them.
I would venture to agree with you. Or every Loch Ness, every video of every cryptid ever.
It's either faked or on accident real.
Yeah.
It's not that's not a prehistoric creature in a freshwater lake.
Yeah, that's
a log, buddy.
That's a log, and you just happen to be freaked out by it. Because...
Or it's an elephant. You see that about Loch Ness?
Oh, yeah.
I think... What?
Wait, what? I was so quick to agree with you, I didn't realize what I was agreeing to. People... It's the Apple terms of service. I just hit okay.
People say that the videos of the Loch Ness, or the pictures, or what people see, have been just people mistaking a swimming elephant for that creature.
In Loch Ness in Ireland? Scotland? Ireland?
I don't know where it is.
It's Ireland. It's Ireland, everybody.
It is Ireland, obviously. But yeah,
but that one doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot less sense than it being just a weird monster.
Because then that brings up, how did the elephant get there? How is nobody noticed?
The elephant.
Yeah.
The elephant doesn't spend its entire time underwater. That'd be one raisin-ass looking elephant.
He'd be so wrinkly.
It's already so wrinkly. I couldn't imagine a wrinkled elephant.
I mean, his ears could be flippers, I guess.
But yeah, the shape, because it's their trunk,
the trunk comes
above and everything. But, that you're going to have to try better if you're going to convince me there's not a
I'd like to meet the guy.
Monster.
I'd like to meet the fella who is trying to disprove...
You're trying to disprove
the existence of the Loch Ness Monster. And their idea is I know how I'm going to do it.
Here's my linchpin.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
It's not a log because it moves.
Right.
Because logs don't move, obviously.
And impossible for
it is an elephant. Yes. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why is that?
Because elephants are real.
And so it's in Ireland.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
And that's all. That's it.
I'm trying to take a sip while you're talking.
Don't choke on your coffee.
Oh man, I didn't think we'd start with good old Nessie.
Yeah, I thought we'd work up to that one, but honestly, it's a great place to start because it's so...
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it.
There's a Phineas and Ferb episode where they rub zinc sunscreen on it because...
Yeah, because it needs zinc.
Somehow. I don't know why.
I think it has something to do with the fact that it's a prehistoric animal and the atmosphere was different then.
Maybe.
I think that's the explanation in the episode.
Hey, a little bit of science factoids in your Phineas and Ferb.
How about that?
Yeah,
and some excellent songs.
Yeah, a lot of excellent songs.
So
that was all Bowling for Soup, right? I think they did all of them.
Yep, they did the intro song. I don't know if they
did the intro song. Period.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah,
and then they definitely did all the other ones because
definitely
I can't name another band that did Phineas and Ferb.
Well, except for Phineas and the Ferb Tones.
Yes,
which is the one-hit wonder. Yeah, and Love Handle.
Oh, I thought we would have started though with the Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot.
It's a classic little Ohio one. We got the Grass Man, as they call it.
Grass
Man. You know
what?
Hold on.
The skunk monster. The skunk ape.
The skunk ape. Yeah, skunk ape. Grass Man. No, who's out here trying to make different species of Bigfeets? Other than
Bigfoots?
Big feet. Big feet. Other than Sasquatch and Yeti,
right, because one's in the mountain. I'm assuming they would be different.
Yeah, well, because one has white fur, like the polar bear.
Right.
Of course.
Like polar bears have.
That would be a difference.
One has brown fur, like a brown bear.
But exactly. But as long as we're comparing it to bears, we have brown bears and white bears, and that's it. They don't do any more. They don't call them skunk bears.
Yeah, they're not coming up with the grass bears. I mean, to be fair, there are brown bears, and there are sun bears, and there are panda bears, there are koala bears aren't bears. I know. Don't you correct me, Stephen.
Learn your place.
No. Speaking of corrections, we did get a correction on the last episode. We apparently, when we were talking about the Iran nuclear deal, got that totally wrong. And
well, that's a real world thing.
Yeah, it's a real world thing.
We ought to not throw nonsense about that.
That one's on me. I'll take that one.
It does have to deal with a world power and nuclear weapons.
Multiple world powers, because the UN is involved. That I didn't know that. I got some of it right, but that some is about 2% of what I said. Well, so I just wanted to.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, I want to throw that out there.
So just sprinkle it on top.
Mm-hmm.
But no, what I want to get back to is something you got wrong just seconds ago.
Right.
There's only two types of bears. The white bears and the brown bears. As in polar bears and then the rest of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Pandas are polar bears.
No.
Because they're doing the same thing with Sasquatches. That's what I said.
No, that's... What?
You agreed with me. You said why they got all the grass and skunk ape. It's just too different.
Well, yeah, because those different names are different names for the same thing.
Have you ever...
That doesn't exist.
Okay. Fine. Except Bigfoot is real. And we...
Okay.
You didn't go with us to the Sasquatch convention.
You guys went to a Sasquatch? When was this?
It was 2 years ago. Me, Devin, and Yasmina.
Oh my gosh. How did I miss this?
It was in Akron. It was at the Akron Library.
Oh my gosh. Is that where you guys found out about the man who killed Hitler and the Bigfoot?
No, but we're going to talk about that movie too. No, it was just an Akron level Sasquatch convention. You showed up, there were booths, people were selling t-shirts and stuff.
Oh.
They had a little, if you ever see those like plaster molds of like footprints that people find out, they had one of those. It was big. And
it was big?
It was Bigfoot.
Oh, that's apt.
Yeah, it was pretty, I think that's where they got the name.
No, that's...
Probably not.
No.
That's
probably where they got. I mean, unless you're talking about skunk ape.
It's like chicken and the egg here, you know. It's like which came first.
Exactly.
No one really knows. But they might have got big feet after we started calling them big feet.
Yeah. Evolutionary.
Yeah. But you showed up, there was tables, and then there was like an hour of panels where people just told their Bigfoot stories. Some people were from Ohio. Other people were like traveling.
Wow.
To get there. Yeah.
Did you listen to all the stories? Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to like look away.
There was one in particular that was very train wrecky. Because in like I'm at a Bigfoot convention kind of way. Like this is amazing. They talked about like there was like it would hide in their barn attic. Okay. And they had to one of their kids saw it first and like drew a picture and they brought the picture, but they're down on stage.
Oh, and so like nobody
holding it's like, what do you I think they did have like a picture that they put up on the like a scanned version that they put up on a projector. But it's still a child's drawing of like this thing that they said was in their shed, and they just went in with a shotgun and went rah rah ree, and the Bigfoot ran away. And that was their story. But yeah,
could have been like a very hairy homeless man.
Well,
which is way more scary.
Oh, that would be terrifying.
Yeah,
because a dude might try and fight you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, homeless guy out in the middle of nowhere finds a barn. He's definitely on drugs.
That's scary. Animal, they'll run away from you.
Yeah. Bigfoot are even known to be intelligent, so maybe they won't like attack you.
Yeah, they'd talk it out.
Oh, for sure.
Before the man that's just down on his luck.
Yeah,
of course. I would put the mythical animal above him.
I would, yeah. I'd shoot the man before the animal.
Well, I mean, he's hiding in attics.
Yeah.
How much better is it going to get for him?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a favor to him more than anything.
This man doesn't exist, all right? Yeah. Bigfoot might, this guy doesn't. We're making it up.
Yeah.
Get off. All right.
Okay, so the skunk ape, known for roaming many locations.
Yeah, across the world. Everywhere has their own little big just gorilla man tall.
Which is super weird that's like such a worldwide phenomenon. It's like dragons. Have you seen
I think dragons being I want to hear that. I'll make this short point, and then I want to hear what you want to say about dragons. I think dragons being a worldwide phenomenon is more interesting than, more peculiar than the case of the Bigfoot being worldwide. I think it's more likely that we would come up with, he kind of looks like us, but
he's big and hairy.
Big and hairy, yeah.
Yeah.
That one, I think, is more there's a hunter making something up, or he saw something weird.
Yeah.
Rather than the fantastical dragon. But tell me about dragons.
Well, it's interesting.
They eat gold.
They eat gold, obviously.
They don't hoard
it. So it's weird because a lot of ancient civilizations kind of had a dragon-esque creature in their mythos, or in their history. You see old ancient Chinese drawings of this serpent dragon thing that spits fire, and then you look back and in the Bible it's literally mentioned the Leviathan that crawls out of the sea and spews fire. What? Those are opposite sides of the world, and especially at that point in time, very little contact was had between the two. And the medieval, obviously like medieval dragons and stuff like that, fantasy and stuff like that was a big part of it. But like even Nordic countries have a dragon-like creature that they would talk about. Like it's kind of everywhere.
What I think is most interesting is how different the dragon gets used in each of these cultures.
Yeah.
So specifically, like you would think the more Western biblical evil Leviathan type dragon, it's a manifestation of what is evil and wrong in the world. And then you go out.
It's literally used in Revelation as like the devil. The Antichrist is like
the bad.
Yeah.
This is not good. And then you go east, and they've tied it with their like essential. I can't think of another word other than royalty right now.
And like
the
wisdom.
higher class families were always associated with dragons, and you think of them with they were always wise. You think like Dragon Ball Z, and they're like these kind of like demigod powerful sages like study, and but then and it kind of shows you a little bit of what people are held value in, and then like the typical fantasy Western dragon is like, oh yeah, it steals the woman and the gold, and the hero has to go out and slay it. Be a hero.
He has to kill the huge monster that has been alive way longer than he is, and probably is smarter than
So it's that's what I find most interesting with the dragon story going everywhere. But Sasquatch is pretty
makes considerably less. Yeah, it makes considerably less sense, but it's also way more consistent. You're right.
It's like what you just saw a hairy man.
He's just big. He's big and hairy and naked.
We better go help him.
Did he say he wanted help? He couldn't speak. Oh no.
No, he just looked back at it for one frame. Everyone knows that Sasquatch video.
Yeah.
The big walk.
Yeah.
I don't know if that video has a name.
It definitely has a name. I don't know what it is.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's that video. The Sasquatch video.
But yeah. Sasquatch is a Ohio one. He's been reported as being seen in 66 out of the 88 counties in Ohio.
Wow,
it's pretty good record, bud.
Yeah, that's. But did I ever tell you my dad has a Sasquatch story?
Excuse me. I did not know your dad had a Sasquatch story. Two things. I want you to share that, and I want to talk about how your dad, because I don't think we got this one out to the world. He told a story about your dad with like another cryptid story, like almost like a Mothman one kind of.
Was that I think they were talking about the same story.
Oh wait, so that wasn't the thing in the tree.
Oh, that
one's terrifying.
That one is scary. Okay, they are two different stories.
Okay.
My dad's lived an interesting life. So the first one, the Sasquatch, obviously. So he was driving across the country. And he decided, I'm just going to keep driving. So he's driving through the desert, which is interesting that he's in the desert and this happens. By the way, this is just kind of a fun story. It's obviously he was just hallucinating, but
hallucinating.
Yeah. Cause he'd driven for like 25 hours.
Why is he driving 25 hours through the desert? These are the details we can't skip.
He had to get across the country in like a very limited amount of time. The details aren't really important. The point is, he was in a rush, and he was driving in the desert, and he's just, eye on the road, no cars around. And out of the corner of his eye, he saw a man-shaped object running alongside the car. He was going like 60 miles an hour.
Oh, gosh.
And he was just running next to the car out the passenger side window.
Oh, Forrest Gumping it.
And he's like, I'm not going to look. Okay, I'm going to look. And he looked, and it just kind of like went away as he looked, and he kept driving, and like he turned back, and it was like it didn't come back, and he went, that was weird, I should pull over. So he pulled over and slept in the car after that, so
that whatever it was could catch up.
Yes, and eat him. So
Big feet don't eat people.
No.
They eat beef jerky.
Jack Links specifically. Yeah. So that was a fun story.
Your dad has. I don't know what I want. Your dad has a pear hanging, dude. How do you look over and go, I'm just going to pull over in the middle of the desert and take a nap? You look over, you see a Sasquatch that just ran 60 miles an hour and go, I'm just going to stop here. Let me just, you got to keep going.
You can't let it catch you.
What are you thinking? Get to the next town, man.
He was in the desert. He was in actually the Nevada desert, or maybe not in Nevada. It was like New Mexico or something.
In the sweet Mojave rain. I'd say that the Mojave Desert is in that area.
Okay.
And so I sang in the sweet Mojave rain. It's from a Killer song.
Nice.
There you go.
Everybody, there's some insight into Tyler.
Killer's always on the mind.
Yep.
But okay, Bigfoot. You hear that?
Someone yell outside.
No, that's not someone yelling. That's definitely a lamb. You heard it scream.
Oh yeah.
Getting eaten by a chupacabra.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
It happens around here.
Yep.
You know what does happen around here though? Actually.
What?
Coyotes.
Oh yeah.
I was up late one night, and is a werewolf a cryptid? Because we might get into that.
We'll say yeah.
I'll say
sure,
yeah.
Sure, it counts.
But yeah, the coyotes were out, and it was like 2 a.m. and I just went. This is peak quarantine, so I was like, I forget what outside feels like, and I just stand out on my balcony.
Yeah.
And they're howling like crazy, and it started on one side of the valley and just went and traveled across. Oh my gosh, that's how terrifying would it be? In any situation where I don't step back inside and flip a locked door.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Because pioneers had to come, and I'm sure they knew what wolves were, right?
Yeah.
They knew what dogs were.
Well, yeah.
And you're trying to build a cabin for your family, and so the town survives, and you're sitting in an unfinished cabin with no roof. You got 2 walls and a bed, and you just hear howling.
Terrifying.
And no light, just pitch darkness.
Here's the thing, though, one coyote's a bitch.
Oh yeah, easy takedown.
I could kill a coyote.
I'm fairly confident in your ability to kill a coyote.
2 coyotes?
I
don't know. But when you hear
easy
so many coyotes howling that you lose count, boy howdy. Am I glad that I live in the modern era?
Because that is haunting.
No. What is haunting, in a more fun cryptid way, is I'm not going to do the story any justice. It's a werewolf story.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
let me strap in here.
Yeah.
Click.
I will not do the story any justice, so I will tell the story as a story. Me being told the story is my story.
Sure. Because
there was this a wrestling camp that I went to where I heard this from one of the coaches. It was it was Coach Jordan's. Gosh, I can't remember the school, but if you know wrestling, you know Team Jordan. Or not? Yeah, they trained the Burrow brothers. Olympians.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They really, really good at wrestling. But one of the coaches had a line of stories that he told throughout the days. And at the time, he played it off really well. I totally bought into it. It was he was playing it off like he doesn't tell all the camps these stories, which 100%. He had them down to. This is why I said I'm not going to do it justice, because the dude had staging for his stories. He used blocked the room and had people play parts for him. I was like, this guy does it. Hindsight,
yeah.
I went, this dude practiced those stories, man.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them was a werewolf story, where he portrayed himself as the wolf because he was just driving through Ohio. And most of Ohio, if you're not in a town, it's just soy fields, tree line.
Yeah.
Cornfield, tree line. And so he was doing that.
Yeah.
And he was coming up on one of the tree lines, and he saw the world's biggest wolf, in his own words, just walk out onto the street. And as he started to get close, as you would expect, the wolf starts to run away. And the funniest thing, because he spent minutes to set this up, he goes, but it does this. And this is after he was crawling around and howling in front of a room full of wrestlers. He stands up on his back legs and like high step runs out of the room. It was so funny. And I'm not going to try and tell the story, how scary would it be if you saw a wolf, which are already huge,
already big dogs,
just hind leg, high step it off the hind leg?
How would you even because there would be a shock and terror for sure.
Yes.
And there's also a part of you that goes, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. If I weren't afraid for my life right now, this would be hysterical. What is that?
How funny would a more wolf than man werewolf be? Because we're familiar with the dude that turns into
just
a wolf.
Hairy dude with a wolf head.
Yeah, but just imagine a wolf.
Just a full wolf.
But he just, like, his spine just kind of, like, straightens out.
His knees get longer.
During the new moon.
Just like the dopiest run off the highway.
He gets less hair.
He goes, oh my gosh, a car.
Wow, goodness me.
You scared me.
I ought to get out of here.
Oh boy.
Man. No. Oh, cryptids. Have you ever had a experience quite like one of these?
I'm trying to think, because I don't think I've ever had an experience like that. I've had experiences like run-ins with animals that I can't really explain. One of which we were hiking in Colorado, and I was like leading. I may have told this on the podcast before. I was like leading my parents on this hike because I was like 10 or 12 or whatever, and I was like, I want to be in the front. And I took one step, and a bush about 10 feet in front of me and about 5 feet off the path shook, and I heard a and it was loud enough and noticeable enough that I stopped. And I went, Mom, Dad, what was that? And my dad went, my mom went, what? And my dad went, I saw the bush move. And we stopped and we stood there for a second, and my dad went, I'm going to lead. And he yelled for a second, and then we didn't hear anything because, you got to scare cats off and stuff. And he went, okay, let's keep going. And we walked like another mile and a half, like through those woods. And I was like, how close was I to being eaten by like a bobcat?
Dude, I was not going to be eaten by a bobcat, but on my trail from home to work one day, I saw a baby bobcat, which is about the most terrifying thing you could see.
Oh.
Because I didn't see the mama.
Ooh.
And God forbid it was on the other side of the trail. It was so cute. But
did you turn around and run the other way?
Well, no, I just continued along the trail because it was like not deeper into the woods. It was it was on one of the offshoots of the towpath, where a street just is in between two tree lines. Like it just kind of cuts through the woods there.
Yeah.
But I saw the baby and I went, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
Where was it? It was off the path, like.
So like I was on a road, and it was just in the tree line, like right next to the road.
Ooh.
And mom could have been on the other side of the street. I don't know. Would. That is. Oh no.
That's a no-go. When you see a baby animal, you just want to
when you see the baby animal of a apex predator.
Yeah.
Not an apex. Bobcats are.
Yeah, they're smaller, but they'll do damage. They're like the coyote.
I wouldn't
of the
fight a
cats.
house cat.
Yeah, they're savage. They're quick too. I mean, I've had my run-ins with cats before. Not pleasant. Leave you me.
Or dogs that are mean.
And it's striking to me how fast animals can be when they're angry. Like an angry dog can go from being 5 feet away from you to being latched on your arm in about half a second. And how do you respond to that? Like, how do you react?
You just gotta have 4 legs.
And there were people who used to hunt these animals. There were people who used to, probably still do, hunt lions with spears. Lions. That is an animal that can go from 0 to dead in, like, make you dead. 0 to you are dead in 3 seconds. And you have to have...
Faster than a 0 to 60 for a... Yeah. For one of the... I don't know. Name a fast car.
Ferrari.
Okay.
That's called teamwork.
Yeah, there you go.
You used to... And then you gotta kill it. Not only do you have to have the proper speed and strength to put the spear into an animal, you have to have the accuracy to hit it in the right spot. Because if you miss the heart or miss the neck...
The heart of the lion. Still, name that one. That's Kid Cudi.
I can't name that one. I
think it's on one of the Man on the Moon ones.
It sounds familiar.
But yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to fight it. People did it. People are tougher, man. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
they're just necessity, really.
Yeah, maybe there's just like an evolutionary switch that was hit when we discovered electricity. We're just like, well,
I really don't think it's gone. I just feel like we don't use it. Yeah. I think it's just adrenaline.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff people do on adrenaline. They like lift cars and stuff. Wild. But the closest,
cryptids.
To cryptids. To answer the question I asked you.
Yes.
Do you have any?
I've not had any run-ins with like actual cryptids. No.
The closest thing I had was the like woods that was behind one of my childhood friends' house. Mm-hmm. We like tried to build a little clubhouse down there, and what that meant was like tear apart pallets and like brush leaves across on this little landing, and that was
try to like set up a
it was a cool kid.
It's a fort. No girls allowed.
Yeah. It was absolutely one of those, and our cryptid was the fox that had a den like somewhere nearby. If you saw it, you had to like run. It was like the scariest thing.
Oh. It was just like...
It was just one little fox. It wasn't fun. No, I was terrified of this fox, man. I remember seeing it once. My heart sunk to my feet. I had to pick it up and run.
Why? It's a fox.
I thought it was the scary... Because I didn't come up with this. The kid who lived there, he kind of had more of a helicopter mom than I did, like a paranoid. And she was like, there might be animals. I watch out for a fox. Like, I've seen it in our backyard. It could bite you and have rabies.
Right.
It could.
To be fair.
It could. But like, whatever was put into his mind, it was terrifying.
Doubled. He
was so scared of this fox, and I believed him. I saw it once. I saw one glimmer of orange, and that was the scariest day of my life.
Wow.
Up to that point. Since then, I've driven a motor vehicle and crashed one.
Yeah.
Those are the scariest days of my life.
Tell you what, it really puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
Like, that fox is not so bad now.
No, I didn't think that was scary at all. But that's about the closest I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
But I think that's really all it is like, it was just a fox, but
yeah,
it's the fox.
I mean that's a lot of things. It's the Loch Ness Monster, you know. It's become a brand or like an icon It's beyond even a rational thing. Or dragons.
Or dragons. Right.
Bigfoots.
Bigfoots. Glad you said it. Because we can't be done with Bigfoot until we've talked about Hitler.
Yes. I'm so glad you remember to bring this back up. Please go on.
The man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot is a marvelous film.
It is a real movie. You can find on your local Hulu streaming service.
It's on Hulu?
It's on Hulu. It
has a lovely soundtrack.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I've seen a fourth of it, the back fourth.
The music was really good from the scoring was really good.
Oh, okay.
As Brady would put it.
Yeah.
I really like the score.
He listens to these.
I know, and he memed on you for liking movies, and the way he did it was he made fun of you talking about the score of a movie.
What was this?
In like the beginning of the podcast that you guys did together.
He didn't meme on me.
It was like a half second. He wasn't memeing hard.
Oh, he was memeing on me for liking Machine Gun Kelly's album, and I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. I mean, I liked it. It was fine.
Yeah, I liked it. I got that for Christmas. I got the CD of it. I own that now.
That's very good. I'm happy for you. He's not going to be happy about that.
Nah, but
because he gets mad at everything.
Gosh, I want to.
Anyway, the movie.
Yeah. Well, what else is there to say but watch it?
Please watch it.
Do yourself a favor. It stars the guy that does the like narrator cowboy in The Big Lebowski. I never remember the actor's name. He has an awesome mustache.
Something Elliott. John Elliott, James Elliott.
Something Elliott. That guy.
What? Sam Elliott.
Thank
you.
From the live studio audience.
Yeah. Yasmina, just outside the door. Sam Elliott. He's got a great voice.
We knew that.
I knew that. We can just cut out the part where Yasmina told us.
Well, what do you mean? What part?
So his name is Sam Elliott.
Yes.
The actor.
The actor that we were talking about, know the name of.
Yep. Do you want to give a brief synopsis of the story?
Okay, I'll give a very brief synopsis. The man kills Hitler, and then he kills Bigfoot. But there's also, Bigfoot has like a 20-mile radius like place around him that needed to be evacuated. Because like he had some kind of zombie sickness, I think. And they need to like helicopter drop him into it.
Whoa.
Did you see that part of the movie?
I jumped in right after they dropped him off in the helicopter.
Yeah, no, they like quarantined like a 20-mile radius that they like...
Because Bigfoot is now a zombie.
Yeah, Bigfoot, obviously. And he had to hunt through these lands to kill Bigfoot. Oh, Hitler was the easy one.
Right, obviously. Because he was only being protected by the entire country of Germany.
Right.
Bigfoot was a zombie. So he'd be much harder to kill.
But, you had to kill him twice, too.
I remember that. Because he killed him, and then he came back and threw up on him or something.
Yeah, that was
pretty gross.
But...
Spoilers for the movie.
There's not much else to say, but...
It's
what a title.
Yeah.
Actually a little bit of a good movie and a great meme.
Yes.
And we can't talk about Bigfoot without talking about Hitler.
It's worth the us bringing it up. Other cryptids.
I've got... What did I think there was something else. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
No, because it's in the deepest recesses of my mind, and it's like a fever dream every time I bring it up to the frontal lobe. Lost tapes on Animal Planet.
Yes. I literally came to this episode, and I went, I'm going to talk about that show, but I have no idea what it's called.
Well,
I was like, I remember this show, and I remember watching it when I was about 9 years old, and it scared the absolute pee out of my bladder. I was so scared of that show.
And it was always framed as like this Blair Witch type of project where
Yeah.
there's always like home videos and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like hindsight, once again,
Yeah.
it's so produced.
I haven't seen any of them recently but like I just
leave it.
I remember being so like realistic and scary.
There was the one a lot of them you didn't even see the freaking monster. Ever.
Yeah. Those are the only two I remember. There was one on a boat and they came across another boat and it was apparently in this like place where they had like reported like a certain Loch Ness Monster-esque sea monster thing. And like they came up on this boat and they're like, we're looking for these people. We heard a distress call. And they went around the other side of the boat and they're calling them on the air horn. Like, hey, you guys on the boat? It was a relatively small boat. And they went around the other side. There was just blood smeared across the side of the boat.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh no.
And my 9-year-old self went, I'm going to stop watching this. I'm going to go outside because it was like 1 p.m. and a beautiful summer day. And I went outside shaking. And a squirrel ran past me.
Oh.
And I jumped out of my pants. Like I was like, oh my gosh. And it like ran up the tree and I went, I'm never going to watch that show again.
The one that I quit on was the Jersey Devil episode, which is absolutely terrifying. And the end, oh my gosh. I don't remember anything but the very end, and the end is forever. It's like imprinted on my brain. Do you have some memories that like sometimes they'll just pop up? You'll be like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Just nothing really
out of nowhere.
It's this 3-second clip of a night vision camera that after being chased and terrorized through the woods by
this was the only other video I remember from that show.
And they drop the camera at the very end of the episode, and all it is them running away, and then a goat hoof stepping in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I literally have, look at my hair. I have goosebumps thinking of this.
I know exactly.
It was so freaky.
Because it had like a 5-minute buildup of this guy walking through the woods with the camera, and he's like, I hear something behind me. I think it's a bobcat or a cougar or something. I know what they say to like just ignore it and keep moving. So I'm just gonna keep walking. And then he comes on again, and he's like, it's still following me. I can't catch the light, but it doesn't look like a cougar. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty scared. I'm gonna keep walking and just. And then he progressively gets more and more sweaty and scared. And like the second to last one, he's like, it's not a cougar. I don't know what it is, but it's following me, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like 2 miles away from my cabin, and then he drops the camera, and
What is the Jersey Devil? What is it? It's just a satyr but scarier?
I think okay. So I mean, in my mind, it's basically just like the Mothman or like one of those other cryptids that like it's basically a man with wings and it's like evil. Well, the Mothman is benevolent, obviously, but
thank you. The Mothman is only there to save the day.
Yes, save people who are.
He is an omen to hard times, but he's always trying to warn us. However, just lacks the vocal cords, and so it comes out a little something different, like. And they're like, "What's going on? What should I do?
Why's that big man in the tree going?"
And then they don't do anything, and minutes later, the nuclear facility fails.
Or like a bridge collapses. Yeah, that happens multiple times.
Yeah. He likes warning about falling bridges.
Yeah,
he's very good at detecting failures in civil works.
Yep, structural damage. He's up to date. He knows the codes and the safety factors, and he is always there to point out a flaw. But he can't speak, so he goes.
What if people could fly?
I think, like wings or just like Superman?
Well, I'm gonna go with wings here. Like,
Okay.
like you have to put effort into fly. It's like running. No, we would still have cars.
Very few people would fly.
No, yeah,
I think
we would still have escalators. I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Elevators.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's gonna be like flying to the 10th story of the building unless you're running behind for a meeting.
But I would the amount of security I would have to have, like, I don't know, because sometimes I just feel safer, like bedrooms. You don't put them on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like having them on the upstairs floor.
Yeah. The higher you are, the safer you are.
I don't know that, but that's just kind of what I feel.
Uh-huh.
Now people can fly. Uh-oh.
Cloud City. People are going to be making cities in the sky because no one's going to be afraid of falling. I mean, yeah, you got to spend all the effort to get up there, but that's what planes are for. Because people are lazy.
That's still what planes and other aircrafts would be for. For actually getting somewhere.
Yeah, the wings are just like, oh, if I fall, I can, fly my way back up real fast. But then I'll be really tired.
But yeah. But
I mean, we'd still obviously have to be worried about the Jersey Devil because he can fly.
He can't. The Jersey Devil, I've never known he had wings.
What, doesn't he?
I don't know. I always thought of him just as a satyr with a goat head, too. And he's just like, man, I'm a scared man, get you with my claws.
Grr. Is that the noise it makes?
Well, I sure hope
I'm gonna get you.
Well, I sure hope so, because if it's anything else, I would be so much more scared of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can fly. Because I remember seeing documentaries. I don't want to say documentaries, like History Channel shows about
truth.
It. Well, yeah, obviously it's real, but that aren't going to be real documentaries about it.
Yeah, because they don't want us to know the truth.
Yeah, it's the government conspiracy. But it flies in and picks up a sheep and goes and eats it. It's got the goat head with the horns. It's got bat wings. It's got goat legs. It's like a devil.
Jersey Devils just messing around with sheeps.
And chase people through the woods. Yeah.
Jersey Devil sounds like he needs a hobby.
It sounds like he's just stupid bored. Like
imagine being like Tigger.
Uh-huh.
But you don't have friends because you're the only. The most wonderful thing about Tigger, he's the only one.
Wonderful thing, yeah.
Yeah. But he has friends to talk about it. He has Pooh Bear.
Sure. He's got a Piglet.
But you ain't got no one. I guess I would just start scooping up sheep and following people.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to be friendly.
I think he's past that at this point.
Really? You think he's just lost his marbles?
Well, no, because hold on. Because we got that lost tape back. Because it was on Animal Channel.
Oh, yeah, it was on Animal Planet.
So he probably, took it to the local sheriff station and said, hey,
it's me, your boy.
The Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil.
Some dude, I was, he dropped his keys, too, so I brought those. And I was trying to give it back to him, but he ran away, dropped his camera.
Threw a camera at me?
Real clumsy guy.
Yeah, but I was trying to have a conversation with him. But then he didn't want to. He ran away.
You
probably thought I was a cougar.
He kept saying that.
Yeah.
No. The cryptid you would most like to have a cup of coffee with. Go.
I don't know. I think it'd have to be I think the chupacabra. And I'm gonna say the chupacabra.
Okay.
Because
say it.
Because no one can agree on what it looks like.
I was about to say there's one right answer to why you would choose the chupacabra, and it's because you want to see how it drinks.
Okay, it drinks blood. We all know that.
But some people talk it like it's like a like a burnt dog sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Other times it's like a little anteater with its little slurper, and it like.
Yeah, nobody could agree. Sometimes it has wings. Sometimes it's like
Sometimes
a
it does
half
have
man
wings.
thing.
Yeah, that one's real creepy.
No one can agree.
But it's all in the same area. It's not like Chupacabra, Asia, Chupacabra, Europe.
Yeah.
It's all just Southwest.
Yeah.
And they're all just different.
Yeah. And what is it? Like, how can you believe in something like that? Like, I get Bigfoot, because Bigfoot's everywhere. Everybody agrees Bigfoot. They're all very similar. So, like, some context clues. Maybe they're more than one kind, and they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But Chupacabra's one place,
Yep.
and no one can agree on what it looks like.
I've got a simple explanation.
Okay?
The Chupacabra doesn't exist. Now, hold on. Before
Whoa.
you call me crazy,
I don't know. This is some wild speak you're
think
talking.
of where we are.
Okay.
This is the American Southwest, the northeast of Mexico
Yeah.
kind of area.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of dimensional flaps there. Okay?
Is there?
Yeah. No, obviously. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You've got
I know
Skinwalker
that.
Ranch. You've got Area 51.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Bermuda Triangle's like kind of
It's
the redheaded
connected.
stepchild,
Well,
I guess.
no, it's connected.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're actually like on the fourth dimension. They're really close together.
Okay.
But we wouldn't be able to see that. But
Obviously.
that's how things get lost. And yeah, we're talking about cryptids though. So what I'm saying is, it's not a chupacabra. It's the other thing that takes blood out of livestock for testing. Say it with me. It's aliens. And they all look different because they're coming from different worlds and societies. Of course, they're going to look different. That's where all of that nonsense comes up, and they just call it all the chupacabra because it does the little sheep sucking.
Sheep sucking. Okay. And hear me out here. I know this might be a bit out there. This is my own theory, comment if you think you agree with it or, whatever. Just be nice to me. It could be just a coyote. Because there are a lot of coyotes down there.
There are a lot of coyotes.
Now I know that
does
out there.
Out there. What? Point is, chupacabra, I think, is highly overrated. I don't like it. People don't agree what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
I agree.
Like, no one ever gets attacked by the chupacabra, and if you do, I feel like you could punt it.
Yeah, because it's not very big.
No, it's not very big.
It's like the size of a coyote.
Interesting.
I'm sure there's
no connection.
No
relation.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, wait. I did just kind of skip over this though, but Skinwalker Ranch. Have you heard of that?
I've definitely heard the name. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is though.
Well, first and foremost, Skinwalkers are a terrifying cryptid.
Okay. And it sounds scary.
Oh, this is another one that's like giving me goosebumps thinking about it.
Sure. I'm in now.
So Skinwalkers are essentially changelings from D&D, or they're shapeshifters.
Okay.
And motives really kind of unknown, but no, a man wiser than me doesn't exist. But they would, if they did,
right,
they would probably know that like something about them. They're kind of like vampires, where like they're not welcome some places, and so they won't come or whatever.
Oh, so these are like intelligent creatures.
That's what makes them so freaking scary. They're there to mess with you, dude. They for some reason, I think they like don't feel pain. And they'll either assume like an animal or like a form of an animal that would be familiar to the area, or the form of a person that they are trying to interact with, or like a family member. and it gets there's one story, not out of Skinwalker Ranch, but where it's just quite simply some suburban family, and their kid was standing outside, and they said, "Hey, get in the house! What are you doing, kid? Get out of the backyard!" And the child just turns around, and because it's a shapeshifter, it's their face, but then it just kind of like grins literally ear to ear.
Ugh.
And like the eyes become like green and piercing, but that was like the second occurrence of that, because the kid ran into it when he was like climbing a tree.
Oh.
And then once it saw it, it started like following this family, and just being out around the house.
Did it ever do anything?
I don't think. I think it might, in this story, it might have like came into the house one time and like tried to replace, like step into like.
Oh my gosh.
The switch places with one of the members. Like, oh yeah, yoy.
That's horrifying.
It is.
Is that? I'm curious, because is that what? Because I've heard of Wendigos.
Wendigo.
Are those similar to that?
The Wendigo.
The Wendigo. Sorry. Yeah.
You know.
Or is that closer to like a chupacabra-esque?
That's gotta be more chupacabra-y.
Because that's not, yeah.
The Wendigo. I think that's the stand-up chupacabra.
Yeah, that's the scary one.
Yeah, that's the one you don't want to punt.
Right.
They can probably punt you.
Because it's probably not a coyote.
Yeah. Unlike the chupacabra.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think that one's like it roams the desert, right, or something.
No, Wendigo. Ooh, he has like a deer head.
Oh yeah,
something.
Isn't it like a? Yeah, I think I could picture what you're talking about.
But whatever it is, it's probably scary.
Yeah. You know, I'm sorry, I'm caught up in this Skinwalker thing.
Yeah, well, the Skinwalker Ranch story, one of them is like it approached the family like as a wolf, and just kind of walked up to them, and then they like went, "Okay, this is a big wolf. I don't want it near me or my kid," and they got a gun and they shot it, and it just didn't react, and then it just turned around and walked away.
Okay. Yikes.
And when they started following like a bug trail, and it just ran out. Never found it.
Wow.
Skinwalkers, man. Those are the...
That's creepy, because I think that fuels like an internal like
what if you're a Skinwalker?
Yeah. There's something primal about that, of like, and Jacob said this the other Sunday during the football game.
Yes.
He was talking about the uncanny valley is like a common thing referring to like animation, which is like, it's basically a rule of like, if you're like doing a CGI person in a movie, or like if there's like an animation or a drawing of a human, if it doesn't look very human, if it's pretty cartoony, it's fun. Like animated movies, kids movies, whatever.
Sure.
It looks fun.
Pixar.
Yeah, Pixar does it really well. It's like exaggerated features, whatever. But the closer the animation gets to looking like a real human, the more unsettling it gets. To a point where there's a Rogue One Star Wars story. There's a totally CGI face in that movie. His character is just like, the actor died, and they had another actor who kind of looked like him come in, and they just CGI'd the old actor's face over the new actor.
Or like Superman, where he had a mustache because he was doing another movie, and he had a CGI lip.
Yes, exactly like that. And it's very striking, and it's unsettling to a lot of people. because like it's the closer you get to a human face without it being human, your brain goes, that's not good, I don't like that. Until it gets to a point where it's like so realistic and you're just looking at a human face and you're like, oh, I know what that is, that's human.
Easy enough.
But he brought up the point that is very interesting that everyone has that visceral reaction, because that says evolutionarily we evolved to fear something that looked human but wasn't.
Like a skinwalker.
Like a skinwalker. That like it looks almost human but it doesn't move right. Or like the face muscle, it doesn't, when it speaks, it's got a weird, and you can't tell. I mean, I couldn't say what exactly it was that moved wrong. Like, oh, the lip doesn't quite move that way when you say. It's just your brain goes, that's not right. That's
Stop
bad.
that.
That's bad. Yeah, go away from that.
Run.
Yeah, isn't that? Oh, that's terrifying. To think that like something like that might exist.
I mean, we got a knack for it.
Yeah, it's there. It's, whew. Wow. I hope I never encounter something like that.
Well, hopefully we never will. But
Right.
that's it, man.
Is that all about cryptids?
We've talked about literally everything we could about cryptids. That's crazy, isn't it?
Wow. Who'd have thought we could fit it all in an hour,
It was easy enough. And, well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, like, we don't know anything.
And now neither do you.
So congratulations. But Will.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Sprinkle.
Yeah.
That's the
See,
word.
You knew what I was doing. No, I was gonna say sprinkle, but I was doing.
You were doing the hand gestures that people can't see on a podcast.
Yeah, but I made the mouth sound, and you guessed it based off of that, not the hand gestures. So
Yes.
like,
Obviously.
so they knew.
Yep.
That I'm sprinkling a little bit of the end.
Yeah.
This is between me and you, and then you guys might be able to relate to this.
Listen in, why don't you?
Yeah, come here, lean in a little bit. So we mentioned like some of these projects that we want to, personal projects that we really want to like get to.
Yeah.
I don't know if we said it on film or what.
Yeah.
But you're talking about your video that the short film.
Yeah.
That you want to edit together and have complete. I talked about to you, honey, and so Will today.
Yes.
I am challenging you.
Okay.
To, by the end of this month, complete that short film.
Okay.
That is 28 days, 29 days. That is wrong math. 18, 19 days.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Get it done.
All right.
And I will put on the line getting Club Hopper, the first song, completed by then.
All right.
Else,
Okay.
we must perform a TikTok trend of the other podcaster's choice and post it
Oh dear. I feel like
everywhere.
Everywhere. Do we have a TikTok yet?
We might have one by then.
All right.
But but like it'll just send it to your mom. Tell her how proud you are of it.
Oh, I want to say I feel like I have the easier task here, but also,
well, no, I'm pretty close with Club Hop.
Okay,
So,
all I have to do is the editing, and the sound. Oh no, and the score. I'm gonna text my friend Brady, get him to yeah.
And tag along, dear viewer, if you've got something you've been procrastinating, get it done by January, yo.
February.
Oh, by February, by the end of January.
Yep.
Else consequences are coming your way that can only be self-invoked.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it.
Or can we? I wouldn't want to find out.
Yeah. Are we Skinwalkers? You'll never know unless you do.
Unless you do know. Well, that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. If you liked our, rants, if you like our hour-long rants every week, Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify. I mean, you're probably listening on that, but YouTube, whatever.
Third of them listen on Spotify.
Yeah, all right.
Probably all three of them. Glad to be back.
Yes.
I'm glad that people are glad that we're back.
Yes,
it was nice to see that people picked it back up as it came back. So.
Yeah, I actually got 2 or 3 texts the week before the last episode came out of like people like, hey, are you doing the podcast anymore? Like, are you still doing? And it just like,
welcome back, friends.
Just like feed our egos.
Come on,
please.
Stroke it gently.
Oh no,
the ego.
yeah. This is
good for cool kids to listen to. I wouldn't be saying nothing gnarly. Nothing like that.
Yeah, just the cool kids though. Remember that.
Cool kids.
Yeah, if you're not cool and you're under 18, don't listen to it.
Get out of here.
We don't want you.
Well, bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.